As the donkey sanctuary's grown over the last 40 years, so it's had to expand its landholding to accommodate the thousands of donkeys relinquished to its care and maintain the charter originally drawn up by the founder that no donkey should ever be turned away. That's meant that the charity's bought farms and is now the custodian of some of the most amazing Devon countryside. A feature of this part of East Devon is wooded valleys, a very special habitat particularly for bats. Here at Woods Farm, appropriate enough, we're right next to a massive block of woodland, and as well as being home to our largest group of donkeys, it's also home to a woodland specialist bat, the brown long-eared. Long-eared bats are also known as whispering bats because they echolocate very quietly, using those huge ears to almost listen out for their prey as much as hear them through their echolocation. Now, it's long been known that there are bats living in the roof here because every time you open the loft hatch, there's a fine covering of bat droppings on the underside. The roof was also springing leaks, so something had to be done to protect not only the property, but to also protect the bat roost up there as well. Many people fear having bats confirmed as living in a property because they think it means that's the end to being able to do any work on the house. And while it's true that bats are heavily protected and it's illegal to knowingly or recklessly disturb a bat roost, it doesn't stop you doing work legally if you have to do it. It's just a case of working with the bats. And it's important for the donkey sanctuary to have healthy populations of bats on the farms because they're a natural pest controller for the donkeys, providing a fabulous nocturnal pest control system, eating their way through huge volumes of biting flies and midges every year. Surveys were carried out through last summer which confirmed that this roof is home to about 30 brown long-eared bats, using the loft as a maternity roost. A bit of detective work was needed. The areas where there were lots of bat droppings meant that here in the apex was where the bats were hanging around, but where were they getting in? Local bat surveyor Ian Crow located the entrance to the roost here behind the soffit boards, so this was the vital part of the roost that we couldn't disturb, and we had to protect it to ensure that the new improved roosting loft was still accessible to the bats. Finally, the work needed to be done when the bats were elsewhere, and with long-eared bats that means the winter. So, while the brown long-eared bats have been away hibernating through this bitter winter, we've fixed the hole where the rain gets in whilst protecting the hole where they get in, so hopefully next summer the bats will be able to come back and have another successful year raising their babies in the roof and providing a nocturnal midge control around the ears of our donkeys. Kind of like the long-eared bats protecting our long-eared residents, if you like.